Okay, you're an interesting guy because when I saw your press conference calling for a million Muslim march down to Ground Zero on 9/11, September 11, 2013, that's a fascinating concept, number one. But doing a little bit of research on you, you actually ran for a state-level office, Secretary of State for the state of Missouri. How long ago was that?
Oh, that was just this election. Previous election. It's like, a few months ago, right?
Oh, okay. And you got something like 40,000 votes, I think?
Yes, that's correct.
And this hour we have MD Rabbi Alam, a interesting individual from Bangladesh living in Kansas right now. He ran back in November for Secretary of State, got 40,000 votes.
Wow.
But he's
I think that was Missouri.
In Missouri, yeah. And he has a he's a very serious Muslim, and he has a plan to bring 1 million Muslims to Ground Zero down to Lower Manhattan on September 11th, 2013. We don't know why. We're going to get into that, but we're finding out a little bit about this gentleman right now. And yesterday he held a kickoff press conference in Manhattan to launch the effort to bring a million Muslims to Ground Zero on 2013 9/11. So, are you with us, MD?
Yes, I am, and hopefully, can you hear me?
Yeah, I think that might be a little better. We'll continue, and then we'll tweak the audio the way we have to. But you're doing very well. I know English is not your first language, and you're very understandable. The problem isn't you speaking; it's a little bit of the echo, the reverberation. But so you served in the military. We all thank you very much for your service. And from what I understand, or let me ask you this: if you had to rate yourself as a Muslim on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not that interested in Islam, you're an American and you were raised as a Muslim, and yeah, that's nice, and 10 being a very serious Muslim who follows the Quran, where would you rate yourself on that scale of 1 to 10?
This is actually a serious question to answer, but in 1 through 10 and there are a lot of Muslims who may born in Islam and who may follow the Quran, like, some are also been involved in going to the club, dealing with, sexuality, dealing with some type of, matter that is prohibited. And those are the seriousness and, complete code of life, like that we should not be, stealing, that we should not be lying, that we should not be committing, fornication. In terms of all this as a human characteristic, I put myself as like as a human being, if you count to the point, like as about 9-10. But in terms of the worship, I don't go that high. I don't fall within that domain as to call myself 9 or 10. And that's actually not a good question to ask. You can ask, where do I, fall myself,
No, you answered it. MD.
Yes.
No, you said on the code, the moral code, you view yourself a 9 or 10, but on the religious part, you may not be there. You're not a scholar. Let me ask the question another way, because we have Muslim friends, and it seems that the concept of the Sharia, the legal code of Islam, is often a dividing line for Muslims. Many assimilated Muslims in America reject the Sharia as a code that is not compatible with American law or the Constitution, but many Muslims believe it is, and that usually is an indicator of at least where an individual stands. I happen to be a Christian. I take the Bible very seriously. I take the Word of God very seriously. Sort of a code for my life, a code to direct me. Regarding the Sharia, what do you believe about the Sharia?
Let me answer that question. I think you will have understanding a point. As because let's say you said you were a you are a very understandable Christian, and in the code of Christianity, it's saying that we should not be committing any fornication. Our about 95%, my 95% Christian friend, they go out on Friday night and they're picking a girl. And, they're going to a point that where we are actually breaking our rules and regulations. That is called Sharia. And the Sharia is just a term of law, and it's not anything anywhere to tell you the distinct and difference between Islamic law or regular law. Okay. I don't understand what is Sharia. I don't.
Okay. No, that's understandable. I understand that. Let's get into the Million Muslim March. Is that the correct name for your program?
Yes. Million Muslim March. That is correct. Yes.
That's a pretty provocative title for a lot of people, and a little bit I know about you. You don't shy away from controversy or anything provocative. But the initial reaction of 1 million Muslims going down to ground zero on 9/11 could be a little concerning or disconcerting for a lot of people. What caused you to have this idea, and what is your purpose? What are you trying to accomplish?
Yeah, let me actually correct you. It's not having the Million Muslim March at the ground zero. We're going to have the Million Muslim March at the Washington D.C. White House. But before that, we're going to have, many times our, meeting and our conference and the media conference and press conference, stuff like that, will be taking place at the ground zero. Anyway, let's answer the provocative and whatever you just said. It's not a matter of, getting Million Muslim March to a point, to come and gather. After the situation, I was in the army. I was serving in the army. I was stationed in Germany. And since 9/11 happened, I have been doing some, outcome analysis, some, root cause analysis, and some impact analysis. And after doing all this analysis, I found, it's not a matter that how Muslims in this country been acting and how they are treated. I have seen from beginning to end my experience in this country that Muslims been treated like a very fabricated way, and they've been always stereotyped. And I am not responsible for a Muslim individual who is living in the United States and doing something wrong and evil thing, same as a Christian. If you believe in Christianity and tells you that I should not be committing adultery, and you go pick somebody from the club and pick that girl, or if you're a girl, pick that guy and take your home, that's your own call. You are responsible for that. Mm-hmm. But the problem in this country, if somebody is doing something, it's been finger pointed and blaming the whole Islam and whole Muslim community. That is wrong. And
okay, well, let me ask you this. No, that's understandable. You made that point earlier. That's a very good point. And forgive me for breaking into some of your thoughts, but I'm fighting the clock here. I'm looking at the clock, and we want to learn as much as we can about you. So your Million Muslim March will be in Washington, but you're going to be holding press conferences down at Ground Zero. Now, what are your thoughts about the attack at Ground Zero? Who did that, and what is your feeling on how that occurred? The 19 Muslims that flew the planes into the 4 different areas. Just briefly, what are your thoughts on that whole thing?
Let me make it clear. Let's say, and it is true that 19 hijackers, they are Muslim, and they came and they flew and they blew up the building. My question is, why I should suffer for that? Why 19 Muslims would represent 7 million Muslims in this country? They have no business, but our media They propagate it, they fabricate it, and they are framing and they are bringing the Muslim faith. Last 11 years, it doesn't matter. Any single place I walked, and any time people hear that I'm Muslim, the first sin that come to their picture in their brain, that look like I personally was involved to, bring down their twin towers. Yeah. That is wrong. So I am not saying who did it. Those 19 Muslims, they did it. I don't know what their motive, and I don't want to know what their motive. Only I want to know, and I let people know that it is not me. It is not rest of the 7 million people. They were involved for it. If that is the case, then there are a lot of Jews, Christian, Catholic, Baptist, people are going out, killing openly, and none of the generation, the mass population from that specific, religious group, they are not blaming for it. Why I should get blamed?
Well, I got a somebody sent me a note that said that you had made statements that no Jewish people were killed in the Twin Towers on 9/11.
No, actually, that was retracted back. I mean that point. They had 3 Israeli people. I mean that, and it's not about the Jewish people. And I told many times that I am not anti-Semitic. I have nothing against anybody. I have a lot of Jewish friends. They are supporting me and telling me, MD, you are doing a great job, keep it up. They know me personally. So it was a language mistake from my side to write a note based on a one-line conversation about the Loose Change movie that came out on the YouTube. So I really I appreciate that you brought this. It's not I believe that no Jews were died. I'm sorry. I know that I have few, like 4 or 5 Jewish friends that died on the 9/11.
Let's clear up a couple of things because you're helping us clear things up. Let's do that. Also, somebody said that you believe that the United States government may have been involved in the Twin Towers falling.
No, I never said it, and I don't believe it. I never. It was again, it was a propaganda and fabrication against me. Some media came out and attacked me exactly when my campaign was going on, and I have been proven a point that they are attacking me as I am a clean character guy.
Okay, good. Well, we're clearing things up.
Me. And those people, about those 7 million Muslims, they are good people. They are good taxpayers. They are good law-abiding citizens.
All right, one other thing.
And when they are attacked, they don't have any way to say anything.
Okay, one other item here to clear up, and we'll move on. Also, you're a pretty controversial guy. You've made statements. People are saying here that you believe that the Sharia and the Constitution are compatible, the U.S. Constitution. Did you make statements like that or not?
That is interesting. No, I never, and I don't talk about Sharia. You know what? I'm a pretty strong guy to defend my country, United States.
Representing our Muslim community as to oppose the Missouri House Bill 1512.
Okay, and why is it so important for you to oppose it?
This is, first of all, the Missouri House Bill 1512 is something like they brought about 2 years ago by saying that none of the Sharia, which is kind of religion law, is permitted in this country. But they're kind of trying to hammer down with the people's faith.
Okay, so your religious laws kind of go against the constitutional laws? Is that
no. The constitutional law is the same as the religious law. So what we are saying this year, they kind of twisted a little bit, and they're saying that we are leaving your Sharia law alone, but we're going to imposing the judiciary system that do not consider any type of Sharia law.
And I said, I'm so much proud for this country. And I don't want to go against anything for this country. And as I really don't understand what is the even term of Sharia, I don't go in details of that, and I don't know. And
So
I
you-
never said
well,
anything.
I mean, what-
whoever noted you and whoever told you, they're lying and
Okay.
they're wrong.
For these reasons, we believe that this law should be vetoed by Governor Brownback.
Sharia is just a statement that is very misunderstood. It governs the life of Muslims every day throughout the world.
Using this onslaught on Sharia as a cover, the bigots and the racists are making a play. Sharia fundamentally governs three aspects of a Muslim's life. It governs our beliefs, it governs our character, it governs our deeds and actions. It governs what do we do as a Muslim.
Today, we like to see that the bill like Senate Bill 79 in the state of Kansas, a shame that every single state representative stood up and voted for it. I guarantee many of them even don't know what that bill about. Governor Sam Brownback, please do the veto of the Senate Bill 79.
Would it be fair to say, because you don't know anything about the Sharia, that with other Muslims, I deal a lot with Muslims imams, Sunni imams.
Let me tell you this. I do research how I can become like George Washington, how I can become like Barack Obama, or how I become Martin Luther King. I don't research those imams. There are a lot of, misconception there. And
Well,
lot
let me ask you this. Do you-
misinformation been transmitted by the media.
Do you believe?
That's why I stay away from them.
Well,
I want to make
hey.
myself like a Martin Luther King.
Okay, the more
I want to bring a real
MD,
humanity.
MD, the more we're getting to know each other, the less you seem like a Muslim. I mean, everything that is Islam, you're saying either the Sharia you don't know anything about, you want to be like George Washington. Do you believe that Muhammad is the absolute most perfect man that ever lived?
Yes, I believe, because I follow Islam, and I want to tell you this. All praise go to God, and there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is the absolute last prophet and messenger, and like Isa, Jesus, Moses, everybody, I do believe in the same scale as I believe in Prophet Muhammad. And one of the code what I follow, it's you cannot be a true Muslim till you put respect, starting from Adam, Ibrahim, Jacob, Yaqub, and coming down to
All the way
Moses,
down. What about
David,
what is your
and
view?
Jesus.
What is your view on Israel and the Hamas in Israel? What is your quick view on the Israelis and the Hamas and Gaza situation?
I really, I want to bring a point right here. Let me tell you my point of view. Humanity, why can't the Muslim and why can't the Jews, they create a very friendly community? Why can't they create an environment that they can live together? I came from Bangladesh, where Hindus and Muslims been living thousands of the years. There are a lot of propagation people who come up with the media. And those media, they always give the misconception. And I grown up, in a community that all my teachers, my doctors, my professors, my friends, they are Hindus, and we've been living peacefully. I'm personally myself. And in terms of Hamas, I really, be honest with you, I told you, I care about Democratic Party. I care about Republican Party. I want to see how much our government is spending money to ensuring the betterment for our children, to, bring jobs and to, bring food and save and pay and feed the hungry people. I really don't care about what's happening in Israel and what's happening in Palestine. But when I do pray, I pray like God bring peace and harmony and justice to those people.
Okay.
I hope you will see what my position, what my
I see it.
standing.
I get
and
it. I
as
get
for
it.
from the media, and I haven't done any research, Hamas look like they took over like 3-4 years ago from a election or something. And coming from Bangladesh, I know election is very corrupt process. I don't like what election going on in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and other countries. So I have doubt on that election as well as. But I have respect and I understand and I like how we do election in the United States. Look at this. A big country, 50 states. The president got elected in 2 hours. Just this, like December the 6th, right?
Okay,
I
November the 6th.
do not do any research.
All right, let's
any caring about those things. I'm focusing how I can solve the issue in this country and bring peace, harmony, and justice for the Muslim community.
Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. I understand that, but I may have to keep you over because we have some folks in here that want to ask questions, and I'm trying to get a good feel what you're about, and we're getting that. You're still confusing me, though, MD.
Tell me why I'm confusing you.
Well,
really, tell me. I'm going to answer that, and then I'm ready to take questions. Definitely.
Okay, but before I tell you why you're confusing me, I want to get a little better handle on the purpose for having 1 million Muslims on the eclipse, in Washington D.C. What is that all about? What is the mission statement for that?
Okay. Let me tell you. Great. I have personally learned in this country when you bring the N word, you be lawsuited. When you bring really anti-Semitic matter, you be lawsuited. But you tell me, because I am Muslim, and all over the internet there are 3 million hits on my name and calling me terrorist and telling me this and that. Why? Who is providing that law? It is us. We are saying the actual code creed of this Million Muslim March is to establish a peace and justification for the Muslim generation. All I mean is we want to be protected by the Constitution. Hey, don't bring me and don't write me as a terrorist and don't synonymous my name with the terrorist activities. I am not. And that 7 million people, they've been, victimized by that process. We want to establish such type of, the right that protected by the government. It's not we are saying who did 9/11. It's not we are saying how it has happened. It's not we are saying like who is involved in. We are saying that enough Muslim been victimized and Muslim been villain created by the mass media propagation and fabrication. So we will establish a baseline and telling that, look, only those 19 hijackers by being Muslim, they don't represent me. They don't represent these 7 million Muslims. So we want to stand up and say that we Muslim, we are American citizens, we serve this country, and we are law-abiding citizens. We better deserve the protection and rights by the, constitutional, some type of act. I hope I cleared this.
Yeah,
and
that's
not aiming at who did it and how it happened. I'm saying those 19 Muslims, they do not represent that 7 million Muslim and people like me who've been very proud and actively involved within the mainstream and political process.
Okay. All right, let me, we've been together here for about 30 minutes or so, and I want to ask you to make a deal with me, okay?
Sure, definitely. Go ahead.
You and I, the more you get to know about me and our folks here, we probably disagree on quite a bit. I think that would be pretty fair to say. But you seem
definitely there's agreement and disagreement. True.
Yeah. You seem to be a reasonable guy. My experience has been once we start asking the difficult questions, then that particular Muslim runs away and will never come back, won't be on the show, won't talk to us.
Trust me, I will come every single day till September 11th.
Okay. Well, so if we ask you questions, and some of these things may get a little interesting in some of our questions. It won't scare you away. We're not going to scare you away.
Just just leave my family out of the
Oh,
picture.
no, of
I will
course.
deal with you rest,
No.
10 months.
And let me establish a fact that on a human level, we respect you, you respect me, all of that. It's an ideological battle. Are you willing to, not just today, but in the days ahead, discuss some of this stuff on the show?
Definitely, yes.
Okay, I admire that and appreciate that. Now, whether or not you're actually going to do that, we'll see. We may be a little tough on you, but maybe not. But where you're confusing me, and I'll just lay out a couple of things, and then open it up. And I would ask you, and I understand this is hard because English is not your first language. I would ask you to try to keep your answers as short and to the point as possible. We have a lot of people listening to you, and we want you to get your view out. We want that heard. But you sometimes want to tell 5 things instead of the specific issue. So
okay, I will come to the point.
Okay, I appreciate that. Where you confuse me a little bit is you have no idea what the Sharia is. You don't know what it is. But in Missouri, I think when there was a law being fought in the legislature to prohibit any foreign law being applied in the state of Missouri, you took an active public position and said that this is a law against Sharia and it ought not be. Did you or did you not take that position?
Yes, I did, and let me clear why I did. I have a friend who been an investor from Germany, and when the German investor come to Kansas City, Missouri, and they invest like multi-million dollars, and when they make those deals, that became a foreign documentation, foreign law, because they have to deal with foreign German company, and also they have to go through the Department of the finance. They have to deal with the Department of Commerce, and how does that get a balance?
Okay, all right. Well, I understand. Let me ask you this: if the law were refined to just indicate no Sharia applied in the state of Missouri, therefore allowing your friend to do business, would you agree to that law?
If my friend is Michael, James, and John, and Patricia, and it's not, I'm talking about any Muslim friend. I'm talking about in general in the term of the business. And if it does not clarify that no foreign law is accepted, that is stupid.
All right, but my question was in terms of if a law were written. Many Americans do not want Sharia applied in the United States of America. If a law,
I also don't want any Sharia law like saying Sharia law.
So you would agree? You would agree to legislation in Missouri that says no Sharia ever applied in the state of Missouri ever for any reason?
But exactly, if you say that no Sharia law, and if you finalize that it does exclude the business, then I have no problem.
Okay. And also, this I'm going to open it up because everybody wants to ask you questions here. The 7 million Muslim figure you're getting, I mean, the latest Pew poll had Muslims in America at 2.3 million. How do you get at the number, and how could you substantiate the fact that there's 7 million Muslims in the United States of America?
Oh, it's just from, if you look at, you do Google search, and you look at the population. There are a lot of open sources, and that's the pretty open sources. You go Google search, you go Wikipedia, and you look at the world population, and then it will tell you, and that's what it is. I didn't do any particular research on that. It took me 2 minutes to find out how many Muslims living in the United States.
Would it bother you if factually you found out, based upon verifiable data, that there's only 2.3, 2.5 million and not 7 from a Google search? Would that bother you if you found that fact out?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Because it's all, what would I say? It's all like...
it's all stuff. All right, I'm going to open it up for the folks in here and anybody who wants to call in, 888-565-1470 for MD Alam, MD Rabbi. What does the rabbi part of that mean, MD Rabbi Alam?
I have no idea. My uncle named me that, and I said, why did you name me like a rabbi? Did you wanted me to be a Jewish, religious leader? So I have no clue, man.
Okay. We have CJ here, Alan, Mark, Mike, Danita, a whole bunch of people in here, and I got people texting that want to talk to you. You're a hit, man, on Trento Vision, let me tell you, and I appreciate you coming back in the future. Let me ask you this one question. Don't answer it. You can answer, but with one word, yes or no. If we were able to present enough evidence to show you that Islam is not the truth, would you change your mind and go to something else?
Of course I would.
Okay, good. An open-minded guy. Who has a question for MD?
MD, nice meeting you. My name is Alan. I'm from Boca Raton, Florida.
Hey, Alan,
please answer a question, but answer it in short words, please, short sentences. I've never heard any Jew saying that Jews want to kill Muslims, but I've heard over and over again from Muslims. You had the Grand Mufti of Jerusalem in 1938. You had Morsi in Egypt. You have Saudi Arabia that doesn't permit any Jews living there at all. Could you please tell me how many Jews have ever said that they want to kill Muslims and eradicate the Muslim population? Be very short.
Very quickly. I never heard this answer, and truly
you've never heard Muslims saying that they want to kill Jews?
Any Muslim,
you've never hold it.
Well, let him wait, one at a time.
I hate this. Look at Pakistan. Muslims are killing Muslims. I hate this shit. I'm sorry, I do.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that.
I know. I just stop there. I hate this, and that's what I'm saying. I don't like this part when Muslims are killing Muslims. Muslims are killing Jews. Jews are killing Muslims. That's what bothers me.
I've never heard of a Jewish leader say that he wants to kill Muslims.
No,
specifically.
I'm not
but
talking
I've heard
about
many Muslim leaders say that they want to kill Jews. Could you please explain that?
You have to look at it. Does take two hands to make club. You throw something, maybe tit for tat. You throw me a big missile, and I'm going to throw you whatever I have. So I blame both of them. Why can't they come up with a peace code that they will, set up a peace right now? This is 2013. We are in a highest level of technology. We are sending messages from within a mega second, discussing. And there was a president of the United States. He died. It took about 6 months to pass that message from continental United States to the Europe. Come on, man. It's all about that how those people can come together. I want to be a middleman who can actually bring up and open up a window to work together, toward the peace.
Hang on. MD,
yes.
I appreciate what you're saying about wanting to work for the peace. I'm looking at a screenshot from your Facebook page where 3 people from, apparently you have Innocence of Muslims, that crazy trailer that was put out back in September 11th. Eric Bell, some lady who was an actor in there, and Steve Klein. And you have, these are the pigs who have made the movie denigrating our beloved Prophet Muhammad. May Almighty Allah's wrath be on them. And you have that with shoes hitting them in the face. What does all of that mean, and why did you put that on your Facebook page?
Okay, now let me educate you about that.
Okay.
You know, right now I can go to my Facebook. I can tag you on a picture, and it will come on your Facebook. This is just a technology. People can tag somebody's name and it will show up.
Okay, so you can send me
MD, your email and Facebook ID. I can put all those crazy things.
All right, I understand that.
And you know what? To get a connection purpose, I'm a very wide open guy.
All right, so
I have a connection with all type of people, but you have to look at and ask me question about what I put up there. Don't ask me what the John Doe is putting.
All right, so you disagree with the fact that that people who make fun of Muhammad in movies, they have the. Do you believe they have the right to free speech to do that?
Listen, free speech does not mean I can curse at Jesus. Free speech does not mean
it does,
that
actually.
I can curse at
It does.
I hope you understand this.
No.
We do understand
This
that
is
free
a-
speech means you can curse at Jesus.
This
Yes.
this is a critical point. It does mean.
Okay. If to my
The Sharia
level
says-
of understanding
Go ahead.
and my level of respect to Jesus, I will never, ever,
Okay, that's
ever
good.
in my life, even if I have to give my religion, Islam, I would never curse at Jesus.
All right, that's
the best
understandable. That's not the
difference
question. MD.
between maybe millions out there as a Muslim, Christian, and I,
MD.
Allah.
You're a smart guy, MD. We understand that you wouldn't do that. But the question was, do you believe the First Amendment protects someone's right to make funny movies about the Prophet?
You mean Muhammad.
If somebody come up with and they do their stuff, I believe that every action has its own equal opposite reaction. What does that mean? If you really do something, God will take care of that. And I really, as a very uniquely upgraded in my mind individual,
So is that a
who is
yes?
trying to
Is that
rectify,
MD? Is that a yes or
it
no?
doesn't bother me personally.
MD, is
It
that a
does
yes or
not.
no? Do you believe in the United? You defend it. You took an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States of America. You didn't take an oath to defend Sharia. Do you believe that the First Amendment protects somebody's right to make fun of Muhammad? Yes or no?
When you bring Muhammad on the picture, personally, I do not like that person.
Not the question, MD. You took an oath. You took an oath as a soldier of the United States military to defend the Constitution, not to defend Sharia. Do you believe, I'll ask you one more time, and if you don't answer it, I'm going to take that as the fact that you don't believe in the First Amendment of the Constitution. Do you believe that the Constitution protects somebody to make a movie and make fun of Muhammad the Prophet?
When you're adding Muhammad in your constitution, it is not
Okay, you just answered the question.
Prophet Muhammad or Jesus.
You answered the question, and you signed a petition.
See, the problem
you
is,
signed a petition.
remember,
You signed
when
a
the English
petition.
language came, if God was called as a dick, today we would call,
Okay, this
my
is
dick. That is
MD.
completely a language
Between you and me.
We're taking to a propose where the religion
MD.
is.
Between
Your
you.
Constitution, First Amendment, does not bring Muhammad.
MD, between you and me, just you and me now. Nobody's listening. Nobody's watching. Between you and me, this is what you confuse. This is why I'm a little. This is why I'm a little confused. I respect your service in the United States military tremendously.
I know I did.
The fact that you can't.
That is my pride.
The fact that you
and it has
can't.
nothing to do with the
fact-
constitutional amendment.
MD.
I will stand and give my every
MD.
single last drop
MD.
of my blood
No, that's
from my
okay.
body to
MD.
defend this country.
MD, the fact that you cannot answer that, and I won't push you anymore. I pushed you quite a bit on it, and I think I think you and I agree that you cannot say that the First Amendment protects an American's right to make fun of the Prophet. You can't say that. You're more guided by the Sharia. Think about this when we
No. I have to, Tom. I have to tell you right here this much because we can go all day. I'm going to talk about my personal belief. Nobody represents me. I represent myself.
Okay, that's
Trust
all.
me.
I was
I'm
asking you.
talking
I
what
wasn't
I
asking
believe.
anybody else. Okay.
I will stand and give my last drop of the blood of my body to defend the Constitution, to defend this country, any shape, any means.
Would you
At the
defend?
same
Would
time,
you defend
somebody
Steve
come and
Klein?
make fun
Would
about
you?
my
Would
prophet? I will dislike that person. I will disassociate that person. Eat orange and apple.
Would you defend Steve Klein, the fellow that the picture's on your page? Would you defend his right as an American? He's a Marine that served in Vietnam in combat. Would you defend his right to be associated with a movie that made fun of Muhammad the Prophet? Would you defend his right? That's all I'm asking.
Listen. I even don't know the name you just said, and I don't care.
All right. Well, here's what we have to do. I appreciate the courage.
wisdom.
I appreciate the courage you have for.
Our people are uneducated.
Do you want to come? Can you stay for a little bit after the top of the hour? Some folks here want to ask questions.
Definitely.
And you know, I appreciate your time and with us. And we got to take a break right now. Hang with us. We'll do a little bit after the top of the hour. You're with MD Rabbi Alam, a brave Muslim guy. He's not backing away. He's got his views. That's great. That's wonderful. We disagree. That's what America's about. You can give us a call, 888-565-1470, if you want to talk to MD Rabbi Alam out of Missouri and ask his views about anything you want. Here we go. And what we're doing right now is we're talking to a very fascinating individual. His name is MD Rabbi Alam. He's originally from Bangladesh, living in Missouri right now, and he's becoming a very prominent leader of the Muslim community, particularly in the Midwest. Ran for office this past November. Secretary of State in the state of Missouri, got something like 40,000 votes. That's a lot of votes.
What party was he running in?
Oh, good question. You can ask him that when we get him back on the line here.
Okay.
And we're discussing. He's organizing an event called Million Muslim March on the city of Washington, D.C. on September 11th. The significance of that is to, from his point of view, to show that not all Muslims are in agreement that they should be knocking down buildings in New York, that there are Muslims that disagree with that. And we'll ask him a few more questions. Is he back? Can we have MD Rabbi Alam? MD, are you back?
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, did you have a good break?
Thanks for hanging over a little bit. We got about 10 minutes with you, and as I said, you know, we may have differences of agreement, and you're a military guy. You got tough skin. Mark, watch out for your glasses. You're going to sit down on top of your glasses. Again, between you and me, MD, it's going to be real important if I could share this with you. I will tell you the truth when you ask me a question. I really expect you to tell me the truth when you answer my question. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. I'm going to ask you a very simple question. Did you or did you not sign a petition generated by the Islamic Center of Missouri? Let me get the exact words. Islamic Center of, let's see. I don't want to misstate anything here. I gotta put my little glasses on. Here you are. The Islamic Society of Greater Kansas City. There was an online petition asking President Obama to back a bill to limit the free speech of American citizens that they deemed offensive, and this online petition was regarding the movie The Innocence of Muslims, and your name seems to be on that. Was that you who signed that petition to limit free speech as it relates to denigrating the Prophet?
Okay. You know, my two brothers, both of my brothers, we have same first name, different middle name, starting with R, and same last name. Now, maybe you will be confused many times. You know, many different documents. It would come like MDR Alam. It could be me, my older brother, elder brother.
Okay,
but, I don't laugh. Yes, I did sign the petition. That is me. And maybe my other brothers, they also signed the petition.
Oh, so you did sign the petition?
Yes, I did sign the petition, yes.
Okay, so I appreciate...
That's because I believe I also have the freedom to ask to whatever is the better for me, right?
Sure.
Okay.
But you,
fair enough.
but you honestly stated that you signed a petition for the president to limit the free speech rights of Americans, correct?
No, actually that's whatever. Let me ask you this question. I'm going to answer this. I
Sure.
signed a petition. That is correct. How many of us really go through and read like whatever is out there? Right now I'm going to tell you there are some downside of our technological empowerment. as I said, yes, I did sign a petition. Whatever was written in the petition, you can ask me, did you go through all the context over there? Of course, no, I am not. I did not.
Oh, so you
Now,
didn't,
you can ask me.
you didn't know what you were
Okay,
signing.
what you're feeling about it. We do sign for credit
Basically,
cards,
MD,
we buy cars,
MD.
and there are so many agreements.
Okay.
How many people really read
Okay, no, I get it.
within the context?
I get it. Basically, you didn't know what you were signing, but you wanted to be the Secretary of State for the state of Missouri. Okay, that's good. That's real fast. Go ahead.
Okay. We at ACT, which is American Muslim Political Action Committee, are planning to hosting a historic event for 9/11/13. 1 million Muslims will march to Washington D.C. and demand
Can't wait to go.
demand that our civil rights respected by our government. We are demanding that laws created, enacted, protect our First Amendment rights. And as Muslim Americans, we are American citizens. And thank you, Tom.
Okay, and we'll
thank
be
you
we'll be
for
there.
listening.
Can I come as your guest? Would you have me as like a VIP guest?
Of course I will.
Okay, great.
You are welcome, more than welcome.
Thank you very much. We shall see you, MD
Thank you.
Rabbi Alam. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, and appreciate for your time, brother.
Okay. We're gonna have to hook up he struggles with the language a little bit, but we're gonna have to hook up.
I think if we get a landline would actually help out.
Yeah,
a
I
little
think
bit.
the landline
Yeah.
would have been
Yeah, well,
better
it was-
because I
Yeah,
kept missing words that he
Yeah,
was saying.
and,
and
and,
kept
and I think he's
going
got an intermittent Skype connection, and that was a
Yeah.
little bit of an issue.
And otherwise, he would have made perfect sense.
Yeah. No, I thought it interesting that he could not, defend. He says the freedom of speech. He can't say it. He can't.
I have the petition.
He has the
here.
petition.
Yeah.
He
I
doesn't,
have the petition here that he
Yeah.
signed, and then he says he didn't know what was in the petition.
and he wants to
Yeah.
be Secretary of State.
But also, he
Yeah,
just said at
that's
the
okay.
end, he's going to go
But,
demand their
right.
civil rights and their First Amendment rights.
The modified First Amendment
Yeah,
rights.
the